Dead Texas, The Journey West. Written by Derek Slaton. Narrated by P.J. Morgan. Chapter 1. Sparks winced at every gunshot faintly emanating from the earpiece on the floor. Each one of those shots claiming the life of an innocent member of Principal Dan's group, the group she had worked so hard to protect. She took a deep breath and lifted the earpiece with a trembling hand. She slipped it back on as she clenched her jaw. However painful, she needed as much information as she could get. "Sir," a male voice. "There's a fire at the supply trucks. Kill everyone and do whatever you have to do to save those supplies." Elijah barked orders in the distance. "Sir, it's all gone," another voice said with reluctance. "God damn it!" Elijah screamed in frustration, and the gunfire died away in the background. "All right, let's regroup at the farmhouse." There was the sound of a door slamming, and then silence. When Sparks was sure that there was to be no more intel, she tore the earpiece from her head and threw it across the room. Anger pulsed through her veins like napalm, and she wiped away the last tear she was willing to shed because of these assholes. She tossed the canvas bag of meds over her shoulder before doing a sweep of the house. She nabbed a few handgun mags from the dead militia members and 2 handguns. Her eyes locked on a pump-action shotgun on the kitchen counter next to a set of keys. Not really ideal. She picked up the large weapon and turned it over in her hands. But it'll do. She came upon a large storeroom full of food and water and stuffed her bag full before returning to the living room. Zombies stood on the front porch, banging on the door, and she carefully peeked out the window off to the side. There were a dozen or so clustered there, and past them no vehicles that the keys could belong to. A zombified militia member suddenly struck the glass with its face, gnawing at the window. She gave it the finger before moving to the back of the house. The back porch was clear, with no movement in the backyard that she could tell through the window. There was a pickup truck about 10 feet from the door, and she drew her handgun. A thought niggled in the back of her brain just before she exited, and she turned to face the storeroom of supplies that Elijah and his surviving men were coming back to enjoy. She holstered her weapon and rummaged through the kitchen cupboards. She set a bottle of whiskey on the counter and shoved a rag down the top of it. She carefully stowed it in the side pocket of her bag before heading back to the front of the house. She yelled and banged on the front door. Originally,
"Sample complete. Ready to continue?"